How are we, lads? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. My name is Nick from Australia, and welcome to the NRL Round 13 tips and predictions. We've got CJ here with us again tonight. Um, Obviously, we had a situation where you were supposed to head home today, but a couple of things got in the way of that. So another night with NFA. How are you, brother?
Yeah, good. Bit of a weird situation today, but we're here ready to do the tips for round 13.
Round 13 is going to be a good round. It's a hard round to pick for first try scorers and stuff because we don't know who's going to back up from State of Origin tomorrow night. Like, obviously, teams have been named today and we know who's scheduled to play, but some players might be rested the day before the game or on the day of. So it's hard to say who's going to score first in some games, Mox.
Yeah, anyone could score first. Some of these games you find a bit of value in it.
Yeah, for sure. Well, don't forget, guys, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. That's the important part. Like and subscribe to the channel. I want to say hello to the live chat quickly before we get into it. Hello to Josh Sami. Hello to Jeffrey. Hello to Diggs _96. Hello to Willy Wonka. Willy Wonka in the live chat. That wasn't a name off guard there. Michael Driver, Will Storm fan, Tom Mitchell, Jason Reader, and everyone else that is watching. Appreciate you all. All right, well, let's just get to the tips, man. Round 13. Let's get into it. Everyone's back from Origin. Hopefully no injuries in Origin, so everyone can play. But let's get to the round of footy, and it all starts with the first game of the round there on Friday night. 8 o'clock kickoff from Nostrada Jubilee Stadium out there at Cogra. The Dragons, they take on the Newcastle Knights here. And the Dragons, they are favourites, $1.50. The Knights, $2.50. Tough game to pick, Mox.
It is tough. Where's it at? Cogra.
It's at Cogra Oval.
Cogra, yeah. Look, Dragons, a bit hot and cold this season. The Knights, what can you really say about them this year? Just shocking. But, yeah, look, I think it will be a tight game. I really do.
It's a hard game to pick because, like, you look at it on paper, you're probably thinking to yourself, Dragons win surely. But can you put your trust in the Dragons? And the Knights, well, they are terrible. With all due respect to the Knights fans out there, they are absolutely terrible. And I'm not sure if they can win 2 games in a row. So Friday night, Cogra Oval, Dragons will be up for this. They welcome back Tupolotu, which is a big inclusion on the wing. So, look, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. And obviously, Lachlan Ilias still not back in the side, but Knights get Ponga back. So, we'll see what happens. But for me, CJ, I think Dragons will be a little bit too good in this game. I'm going to go Dragons by about 16. I just think they've got too much for the Knights. Dragons by 16 for me. And I'm going to go Moses Suli to score the first try. What's your prediction for the game?
I'm tipping the Dragons as well. Cogra, the Dragons by 12. I'll score line 22-10. My first try scorer, I go Tuipulotu on the wing. He's back.
The return of Christian Tuipulotu, the one that loves to do the try celebrations. Exactly right, the money man. I think Dragons will be too strong at Cogra, but if the Knights were to win, I would not be that surprised because we know what the Dragons can be like sometimes. So
Hot and cold Saints, but I'll put my trust in them at Cogra.
They'll be too good in this one. Moving on to Super Saturday and the 3 o'clock game up there on the Gold Coast. We have the Gold Coast Titans taking on the Melbourne Storm, and obviously Melbourne Storm are favourites, $1.30. The Titans are at $3.70. Look, obviously Melbourne's form hasn't been all that flash the last few weeks, but gee whiz, you think if Melbourne is serious about this season, this is a game they have to win.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're the premiership favourites for a reason, Melbourne. I think, Storm will win. But I'll tell you what, it won't be a blowout. Storm by 18.
Storm by 18 for you?
Yep, 32-14. First try. Josh King. Mate, just put
Oh,
something on it. Put something on it.
Josh King.
Josh King, mate.
Well, see, I look at the Titans at home, and I do see them, being they can be competitive and they can cause headaches. I remember last year when they played the Storm on the Gold Coast, the Titans nearly beat them. They were very close to winning. But like you said, Melbourne, they are the premiership favourites for a reason. I think if they're serious, they need to win this game. If they lose, then there could be some. I don't want to use the word panic with the Storm, but I think Craig Bellamy will be making some changes if they lose this game.
Here's the thing, Nick. If they lose this game, they're at a risk of dropping out the top 4.
And that's rare.
That's rare for the Storm.
That's rare for the Storm. Look, I think up there, they'll be too professional. I think they'll just have a little bit too much quality for the Titans. So I'm with you. I think Storm win. I'll go by about 18. I think 3 converted tries is a decent effort on the Gold Coast. It can be a tough place to win sometimes.
I'll make a bold call. Titans will lead at halftime.
Wow, okay. So you reckon Titans lead at halftime and then Storm just go bang, bang, bang?
I reckon that's exactly how it's going to go.
All right. Well, I'm going to go Melbourne by 18. First try score, I'm going to go with Eli Katoa on that right edge. I've been really happy with the way, well, not really happy, but just really impressed with the way he's been playing. And he's one of the best back rows in the comp. So Katoa will score the first try. Storm by 18. We both agree Melbourne to be too strong there. The Saturday 5:30 game is one close to my heart. Up there at Queensland Country Bank Stadium in Townsville, it is my North Queensland Cowboys taking on the West Tigers. And the Cowboys do go in as favourites here at $1.40. The Tigers at $2.80. Now, the only thing to really note for the Cowboys is Talangi's out injured. So Jackson Paulo, former South Sydney Manly Seagull outside back, he will actually debut on the wing for the Cowboys this weekend. And for the Tigers, Galvin's obviously gone, so Heath Mason will play 5'8".
Wait, what?
Heath Mason at 6.
I thought it was Adam Dewey.
Well, it was rumoured to be Adam Dewey, but Heath Mason will play 6.
Guys, I haven't been able to see the team list yet. So.
Yeah, don't be surprised if they do a switch late before the game. But look, obviously I'm going to tip the Cowboys to win, but I do think this is a danger game for us because the Tigers, they do have a bit of a history of giving us some shit. We've had some weird battles with them. I do consider the Tigers as a small rival, going all the way back to the 2005 Grand Final. Again, a bit like what we said about Melbourne. If the Cowboys are serious about doing something this season, playing for a home final, trying to finish in the top 6, let alone the top 8, as good as the Tigers have, much as they've improved, this is a game the Cowboys need to win.
Well, for me, Nick, I think the big talking point for the Cowboys this week will be how does Purdue and Dearden go again?
Yeah.
It's going to be one of the big talking points, but it's in Townsville, Saturday night. I think it'll be too good for him.
Yeah.
Cows by 14, 30-16. My first try scorer, Robert Darby.
I like how you said 30-16, the exact same score as the 2005 Grand Final.
Oh, that wasn't even intentional.
I like how you went with that, and
Benji's the coach.
I do like that. A bit of a taste of his own medicine, sort of thing.
Hey, Tigers fans, wasn't the intention.
Like you said, the Purdue didn't think it's the second time they're going to be together. I'm intrigued to see how it all plays out. If we do lose, I will say this. If we lose this game, I will be in panic mode. I will be worried. So it's a big game for us. We need to get it done. But I'm confident, but I don't think we blow them out. I think it's going to be a tight game. I'm going to go Cowboys by 8 points. An 8-point win. The Tigers are a different team this year. They have definitely improved a lot. So Cowboys by 8. First try, I'm going to go with the guy that everyone's questioning. I'm going to go Jackson Purdue. First try. And I think this might be a Jackson Purdue legacy game, to be honest. Yeah, I love it.
Are you talking about Purdue or Power?
Jackson Purdue.
Okay.
He's going to have a big game. Jackson Purdue will have a big game. He'll score the first try. He might even get 2 or 3 tries.
You heard it here
I think he's in for a big game here. Big game. Cowboys to win. And make sure you guys tune into my live stream. We're going to be doing another watch along to that Saturday. So I'll advertise that more through the week. The main event game on Saturday night is 7:35 p.m. out at Brookvale Oval. It's Manly versus Brisbane. And I'd like to call this game the Battle of the Inconsistent. I have absolutely no idea what is going to happen in this game. This is the most ridiculous game to tip this weekend. I don't have a clue what will happen. Brisbane are favourites on the betting odds, $1.75. Manly at $2.15. Manly have a lot out though. I think no Tom Trbojevic. Who else is out? Takiyaho's out. Someone else is out. Gerbo's back. He's all good. He's all good. Because he didn't play last week due to the. Was he out last week? Oh no, he played, did he? Number 12. Oh, Ben. Oh, Gerbo. You're talking about Jake.
Yeah, Jake.
Oh, well, Jake's out. He didn't play last week anyway. For the Broncos, Jesse Arthur's the fullback, Cobbo on the wing. So they made a swap. Mariner onto the other wing. Mam Reynolds in the halves. Still no Reece Walsh, but I don't know what's going to happen here. I actually don't have a clue. Mox, I mean, give me your prediction. But Manly versus Brisbane.
Oh, what's the Broncos' first game of in what decade?
I think since 2014.
Manly, unfortunately, haven't been hitting form. I'm going to tip the Broncos. Broncos by 12, 28-16. My first try score is going to be Selwyn Cobbo. Unfortunately, for Manly, it's just looking rough at the moment.
I don't know what's going to happen. I actually don't have a clue who wins. Probably the hardest game to tip. But I'll tell you this. I think Brisbane win as well. I think Brisbane win. I don't like tipping against Manly when they're playing teams that they can win. If Manly are playing a good team at Brookvale, I might go against Manly. But the Broncos have been so hot and cold. Manly have been hot and cold. Look, I'm going to go Brisbane just because I think Adam Reynolds' kicking game is going to be the difference. But who the hell knows with this game? So I'll go Broncos by 10. But first try, I think Manly score first. I'll go Jason Saab first try. Broncos by 10. But who knows?
It must be a game for both teams, I think.
Well, how many have Brisbane lost in a row? 4, 5? Something like that. They're due. They're due to bounce back.
Manly have just been up and down.
Well, you look at Manly. They beat the Panthers and the Cowboys away, and then they get smashed by Parramatta, who had 2 players out. So I can't predict it. Brisbane for me, but who knows? Moving on to Sunday, and CJ will be at this game on Sunday, 2:00 from Accor Stadium. We've got the Rabbitohs and the Warriors. 2:00 kickoff. Warriors $1.80. Souths at $2. Again, this is another tough game to pick because the Warriors were due for a loss last week and they got it. They had the loss. And the Warriors get back a few players. I don't know what's going to happen here. It's at a core, good advantage for the Rabbits, but what do you reckon?
Well, I wanted the Warriors to win because I just knew they were due for a loss and they had to lose last week. So they're going to be up for the Warriors, no doubt about it. But I'll back the boys in. I don't think we get any back from injury, but the squad's been doing a good job, all things considered.
Doesn't look like you got anyone back. Shaq Dodd are in the reserves.
They won't play. So
is Fletcher Myers. Warriors get back Fish, Barnett. Ali Leotau is completely out of the team. I think he's injured. Rocco Berry in the centers.
That's tough.
On my notes, I've tipped Souths, but I had Warriors like 2 hours ago. I don't know what I'm doing. I've been changing this game so much. Give me your prediction.
Souths by 1, mate.
1 point.
21-20. Latrell Mitchell field goal if he plays. My first try scorer is going to be Bud Sullivan.
Bud Sullivan.
Yeah, look, our next 4 games, we've also run in top 4, and I think in all due respect, this is probably the most I'm confident for. So yeah, got to back the boys by 1 point.
I don't know who I'm going with.
It's going to be a tough game. It's a good challenge for us.
I have no idea what's
Intrigued.
again like. There's a couple of games this weekend where I have no idea what's going to happen, and this is another one. Look, I'm going to go the Warriors. I'm going to do it.
Change up the tips, mate.
Mate, 2 hours ago, on my notes, I had Warriors. Then I had Souths. Now I'm looking at the teams again. I just think the Warriors, they might have more points in them than Souths. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we've scored 22 the last 2 weeks, so
How many did you score against the Tigers? Was it 18? Oh, yeah, 22. The Warriors seem to be winning a lot of close games, except for last week.
that's what I'm worried about.
Warriors have been good at winning close games, and they did win in Sydney against the Tigers in round 5, 6, whatever round it was. Look, I'm going to go Warriors by 4 points. It's going to be a tight game. I think South might score first, maybe Alex Johnson for the first try. Warriors by 4, but
Should be a cracker.
it could be a golden point game. It could
Should
be.
be a cracker, fast pace.
It'll be a hell of a game, this one.
Hopefully we get it done.
It'll be a hell of a game. Moving on to Sunday, the 4 o'clock game, and arguably the biggest game of the round just because of the rivalry. The Battle of the West. Panthers versus Eels. 4 o'clock Sunday. Penrith, $1.60. Parramatta at $2.30. Now, a couple of storylines here. Blaze Talangi versus the Eels. We know how much of a shit show that was when Talangi left Parramatta to head to Penrith. And you got Iongi from Penrith, now playing for Parramatta as the fullback. Iongi versus Penrith. There's a lot of storylines here for this game.
Man, Hopgood against his old club.
Hopgood versus Penrith is another one. What else we got here? There's a few going on, but
That's about it.
interesting game, Mox. Penrith against Parramatta.
The Combank storyline, you know,
Look,
whose
yeah,
home is it?
Panthers using their Parramatta's home ground. Look, again, like we've said it before, if Penrith want to make the 8, they got to start winning games, and the season's getting away from them. They need to win this game badly, but the question is, will they?
Battle of the West, big rivalry. Oh, I can't believe we're talking about Penrith trying to win games for their season.
Yeah.
Look, I'm tipping the Eels.
Are you?
I'm tipping the Eels. Eels by 4, 28-24. Both teams can't defend. We know this.
Wow.
First try, we'll go to Fox. I think Para win this traditional Battle of the West. It's their best chance to.
Well, I can respect the Parramatta tip. I can respect it because Penrith's form has been all over the place. But I'm just going to put my trust in the Panthers. I think Nathan Cleary backs up Isaiah Yeo, Liam Martin, all these guys for Penrith playing Origin tomorrow night. They need to back up on Sunday and get a win over one of their arch rivals. So it's going to be a tight one for sure, but I'm going to go Penrith. I reckon by 8. I reckon by 8. Penrith by 8 points. First try, I'm going to go Isaac Tago at centre. I think he can score the first try. I think he's running at that Semrani kid.
Oh, Jordan Semrani.
Yeah, so I'll back Tago first try. Panthers by 8, but who knows?
So, mate, honestly, I'll say this: whoever loses, I'm putting a red line for them.
Yeah, it feels like that. I think Parramatta season's already over, but we'll see. This might be their last chance. So we've got 2 different so far. Let's see how we are in this last game. Sunday night at Allianz Stadium. Kick-off at 6:15. The Roosters take on the Raiders. 6:15 kickoff. It's not a bad time slot. Raiders $1.80. Roosters $2. Allianz Stadium, the future home of the Rabbitohs, as we've seen by all reports.
You know, I'm not going to say it. Yeah. Allianz soon to be home of the South Sydney Rabbitohs. Looking forward to seeing hopefully the Raiders win.
Well, having a look at the sides, I mean, everyone's named to back up from Origin. So we'll see if they all do. It's a big game, this one, because The Roosters win. They can get into the 8 if they win. If a few other results happen,
Seriously, how?
it's pretty insane, isn't it?
So close.
And for the Raiders, if they win, I think they'll stay second because I think the Dogs have got the bye this weekend.
Yeah.
So, what do you reckon, mate? Roosters, Raiders. I think I know who you're going to tip, but you think this will be a good game Sunday night?
I kind of want the Raiders to win anyway because they'll be due a loss soon one day.
Yeah,
They got us next week. Look, Allianz State. Look, the Roosters will give it a game. They will. I'll tip the Raiders though.
Yeah.
Raiders by 10, 26-16. Feels like one of those games like that. My first try scorer will be Morgan Smithies.
Morgan Smithies.
Yeah, he's starting, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I reckon he'll go through the middle. Morgan Smithies and the Raiders to win, mate. I think Roosters will give it a good crack, but the Raiders will be too good.
I'm with you. I think the Raiders win as well. I do remember last year, I think the Raiders also won at Allianz against the Roosters last year when they were underdogs. Yeah, so... Oh, that was the game where Sam Walker did his ACL. Brendan Smith as well, yeah. Sunday afternoon game. I remember watching that. Yeah, look, for me, I think the Raiders win. I think they'll be a little bit too good for the Roosters. But it is a danger game for the Raiders. But they did travel to New Zealand last week. Now they're heading to Sydney. So a bit of travel for the Raiders. We'll see what they're all about. We saw how good they did when they travelled up to Darwin and the Gold Coast and Magic Round. They handled that month really well when they were on the road a bit. So this is another one. You know, they beat the Warriors in New Zealand. Can they go to Sydney and beat the Roosters, who are starting to find, I guess, a little bit of form?
Well, the thing with the Roosters is, look, I don't like them, but I'll say this much. Usually when they're the underdogs, they get up.
They usually get up well.
It's a bit weird, but when they got the underdog tag, they usually win this year.
Yeah, look, I'm going to go Canberra. I think it'll be a tight one, though. I'll go Canberra by about 8. Raiders by 8 points here. First try, I'm going to go with the best back row in the game at the moment, Hudson Young, to score the first try. But who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? But yeah, for me, Raiders by 8, and first try, Huddy Young. We'll just go through it quickly. I think we got 2 different. So I'm going Dragons 13 plus Friday night. Titans, I like Melbourne 13 plus. Cowboys, Tigers, I'm going Cowboys 1-12. Yeah. Manly Broncos, I'm going to go Broncos 1-12 here. Yeah. I'm going to go Warriors to beat your boys 1-12. Penrith to beat Parramatta 1-12. And we're both going the Raiders 1-12. All right, lads. Well, that is going to wrap things up. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed our tips. Like and subscribe and do all that other good stuff, guys. Anyway, we're going to get on out of here. Take care of yourself. And good luck to your team this weekend. Except if you're a Tigers fan, I hope you lose Saturday. But yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. See you later.